Hi everybody, this video is on Uranus going into the sign of Taurus on the 15th of May at 16 minutes past 4 in the afternoon, and that's based on British summer time, which is UK time. Now, Uranus is the planet of rebellion, eccentricity, the miraculous, the unexpected, chaos, energy. It's like taking a plug and putting it into a socket. Uranus really brings the drama, it brings the chaos, it brings upheaval, it brings dramatic change. So Uranus stays in each sign of the zodiac for about 7 to 8 years, and Uranus is going to be in Taurus once every 84 years. So it's going to be in each sign of the zodiac once every 84 years, because it does take such a long time to transit around the 12 signs of the zodiac that when Uranus makes a change, it's really significant because it doesn't happen very often, and it really is going to affect us for the next 7 to 8 years. So if you think about where Uranus has been in the last 7 years, Uranus has been in Aries since 2011. 2011, okay? Now, if you think about what's been going on since 2011, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's the ram, okay? And Aries is concerned with itself. It's concerned with, how do I progress in life? How do I get things moving forward? How do I move ahead? How do I progress? Sorry, I'm just getting comfortable. And since 2011, I mean, we've had the selfie really being invented in earnest, and it's been all about self-obsession. You can say that, you can say that people were self-obsessed in the 90s and the noughties and in the 2010s as well. But really, the selfie happened in the last couple of years. We've had politics really change, where people have become much more accessible to the public, first of all, but also much more driven to achieve one's own goals rather than looking at the greater good. So Aries is about myself, looking at my powers, what I want. It's ruled by Mars, the planet of drive and masculinity. And it's like, okay, let's get things moving forward. And it's self-centered in a way, because it has to be. It has to focus on what its own hopes and dreams are to move ahead and to get things done. So now that we've got Uranus moving into Taurus, the energy is going to change significantly. Okay? Because what Taurus is, it's an earth sign, and it craves consistency and security and stability. So what you're going to experience is a sense of push and pull. It's like when Saturn was in Sagittarius. Saturn is about structure, keeping things in place. Sagittarius is about running ahead, moving forward. So you've got a planet that says, I want to stay put, and then you've got it in a sign that says, let's go, let's go, let's go. You can't reconcile the two. And here we have a planet which is all about, let's bring chaos and let's make things change. And Taurus just says, hello, I just want security, and I want to know how much is in my bank account, and I want some nice clothes, thank you, leave me alone. Okay? So we've got a problem here with this Uranus shift, because it's really going to bring some upheavals to the physical, tangible world. Now, the last time this happened, that Uranus was in Taurus, and like I said, it does only happen once every 84 years, was from 1935 until 1942. Now, so we had some big things happen in the world in a practical sense during that time. We had the Great Depression in the States. We had World War II obviously happen. We had King Edward abdicate, which was a major blow to the monarchy. So institutions, countries, the world, the earth, that's what's going to be affected. So, if you look at the planet, there aren't really any borders or countries. We've made that up, you know? People have said, this is Libya, and this is South Africa, because we think this way and we're not like the Libyans. So people have created politically barriers in terms of the world. But that's a man-made thing. So this Taurus relates to both the actual physical world in a real sense, so volcanoes erupting and blades of grass and wind and beautiful tours and things like that, and it's going to affect the our worldly conceptions of planet Earth and what we've created, like countries, like zones and institutional things, companies, armed forces, the military, clubs, societies, all of those kind of things are going to be supported. Now, just because last time this happened, everything was super negative and it was a really difficult time, doesn't mean that this one is going to be super negative as well. In terms of the potentially negative things that can happen is, first of all, there may be some chaos when it comes to Mother Earth. So we might expect some extreme weather, global warming to step it up a notch, some sort of changes to the actual physical Earth we may experience. We may also experience chaos in the economy. So there may be another, Black Monday or a Black Friday. But that's the nature of the stock market. The stock market is another institution, a concept that's really been invented by us. Money is an idea. It's an energy that we've put a name to and that we've tried to institutionalize. And the stock market is up and down all the time because life is up and down all the time. So it could really affect the economy. Intuitively, I don't feel like we're going to have another crash like we had in between 2008 and 10, I think it was. I don't see that happening, but potentially there can be chaos in the economy. On the plus sides, I really think that this Uranus and Taurus can create change and upheaval in a good way, because also if you look at transiting Uranus, it represents the unexpected and miraculous. So I really think that this Uranus and Taurus isn't going to be the world kind of creating chaos for us all the time. I mean, it will at times, mudslides and earthquakes and things, those always happen. But what I think is that we really make progress with this Uranus and Taurus, and we really advance technology to the extent where we have even more control over the planet. That has always been a big question, man's dominance over the animal kingdom and over the world and all of those things. We have assumed that we're we're the top dog and that we're the ones who run the show. This planet is ours. We've taken ownership of it and we're going to do with it what we please. Pollute it, destroy it, build giant towers, whatever. That's always been humanity's drive to automatically say, this is our planet, we're doing with it what we want. And as we've progressed, convenience and making life less harsh has always been on the agenda. So, all the electrical appliances we've got, they're all designed to just create comfort. Toasters and Amazon Echo, telling some machine to say, can you please turn the heat to 22 degrees, or could you open the front door? So that you don't even have to get up from the couch when something happens in your home, because it's technologically run for you. Technology has beaten the earth. You don't have to do anything, everything is done for you. It's also kind of thinking like magic, that's why a lot of young boys, in my experience, and some young girls as well, they look for magical powers or special powers so that they are taken out of a mundane, boring life where you have to strike a match or mow the lawn or mend a hole in your trousers. And rather than that, you could have magic and you could just wave a wand and everything would be fixed and marvelous. And that's kind of a very universal human trait, that we want to rise above the mediocre and rule and be beyond. So that's what I think this does for us. Because we've got this Uranus in Taurus, technology is really going to take off. I also think there's going to be a lot of positive developments in the field of AI. And, people like Stephen Hawking did warn us about AI. And I mean, we've had films for decades about, artificial intelligence turning on us and deciding that we no longer need humans. We can run ourselves as robots. We don't need these little stupid animals who created us. We can do this ourselves. Yes, that's a potential downfall of AI, but I think that's where we're going. So I really think that during this period with Uranus and Taurus, we're going to have driverless cars. We'll have all sorts of things which give us dominance over the Earth. So I don't think this is going to be as bad as the last one. I certainly hope not. Let's look at the chart in itself and see what that says as well. So we've got Uranus at 0 degrees in Taurus. That's because it's just changed sign. It sits next to Mercury, which is a communication planet. That's at 3 degrees in Taurus. Mercury and Uranus are a good match because Uranus is like, chaos. Mercury is like, okay, let's think about it. And in Taurus, it's like, let's think about it in a practical, concrete way and how we're actually going to implement your ideas. So that's a really good fit. So expect a lot of invention, a lot of advancement in technology and management over the Earth and becoming the rulers of this planet. Those two square Blackman Lilith and Mars in Capricorn at 21 degrees and at 29 degrees. So Mars is at 29 degrees and it says, I want to work. I want to create things. 29 degrees, it's extreme. It is super, super powerful because each house has 30 degrees. It's at 29, so it's heightened. If any planet is at 1 degree or 29, it embodies that energy even stronger. So Mars really wants you to take your ideas and to get on with it and to build and to work. 29 degrees is also 11, which is the master number of service. So I don't think that these advancements and these changes are going to harm us. I think they will actually support us. Pluto is also in Capricorn. That says transform things, communicate, make changes to the world. You have what it takes and you can transform life so that it's easier and more comfortable for people. We also have a grand trine in the chart. A grand trine is the big blue triangle that you can see in this chart, and it connects the midheaven in Cancer with Jupiter in Scorpio and Neptune in Pisces. So Jupiter in Scorpio in this placement indicates that by listening to your feelings and your dreams, you'll be able to create things in a physical, tangible way, which again are going to be of service to humanity. That midheaven in Cancer is at 11 degrees, master number of service. So I think the chaos of the planet and the things that are going to be thrown up in the air, consistency, security, stability, I think they're going to be replaced with things which are going to serve us even more. So I don't think Taurus is going to be utterly freaked out by the end of the process. I think it will have got through that push and pull of should I keep things the same or should I innovate and invent? I think it's going to go with the okay, I'll innovate and invent even though I don't like it. But at the end of that, it's going to be much happier because it'll have more consistency and more security and more stability and more convenience. We've got Saturn sitting on the IC, which is the angle of the root. So fundamentally, I don't really see anything happening to us. I don't see any major crises in terms of humanity's survival, anything like that. I see that through these ideas, we're really able to also make progress in the health field. There is a new medical techniques and machines are going to be delivered, which are going to be able to take care of jobs which would have taken ages before and do them much quicker. While I was saying that, I also got the intuitive message that immunotherapy, which is a new cancer treatment, which focuses on training your immune system to target cancer cells rather than nuking your whole body with chemo or radiotherapy. I think there will be advancements and upheaval in the area of health through these new machines, through new medicines. We have a new moon going on during this shift. That is also pulling in practical energy, urging you to build and to make changes in the real world. And Venus is at 25 degrees in Gemini. So you will love to express these ideas, you'll get creative, and that chaos is really going to bring a whole new world of ideas and creativity and love and changes to the practical world. And I really think it's going to be positive. I don't see anything negative here. The South Node is in Aquarius at 9 degrees. So it's about stopping trying to help others by talking to them and communicating with them. And the North Node is at 9 degrees in Leo. It's about really listening to your own voice and your own message and saying, okay, I don't have any power over other people and what they do, but I have power over my ideas, my inspirations, and I can really put those into practice and I can make them a real thing. So inventors, the next couple of years are your years. You guys are going to be really happy. You'll make a ton of money because of your inventions that are going to add value to our lives. And I really think we can see some great chaos that ends in our kind of existence on planet Earth being much more convenient and comfortable. I mean, imagine before the internet. Now you can have Uber Drive deliver McDonald's to your house. Not that anyone would want that, but that's what you can do. You can go on an app and get some guy to go to McDonald's for you, order a Big Mac, and then drive to your house and bring it. So we'll have ongoing changes like that. There is no, there's no Grand Cross. There's a T-square which connects the Libra rising with the midheaven in Cancer and Saturn in Capricorn. So again, the work that's going to be done, the structures that are going to be built are there to nurture and help other people, and they're going to bring people together. There's a powerful sense of community and we bridge the gaps. So there may be chaos in terms of countries which have been at war for a long time actually coming together and seeing eye to eye. I mean, we saw that recently in the news, with Kim Jong-un and North Korea and Trump. We were really worried that it was going towards a nuclear kind of threat. And then things flipped 180. Kim Jong-un went to South Korea for the first time in 50, 60 years, had a visit with the president of South Korea, and they have built much stronger ties. So who could have predicted that? It's a complete flip in a matter of weeks. So that's what Uranus is. It's a flip that can go either way. And I think the 1935 to 42 period was really a time of major upheaval to the world in a negative sense that's got us to the place where we are now. Rebuilding after the war created huge amounts of jobs, and a whole generation did very well of that. People who were born in the 30s and 40s, they could walk from one job into the other. So for them it had a positive impact. This is also going to have a positive impact on us, but in a different way. And I pray and hope that we don't see anything like a world war. And to be honest, I don't see one. This chart doesn't say that the chaos that's going to be produced is going to end up in a world war. I think it's going to be chaotic and extreme in terms of the technological process that we make. That's how I see this playing out. So that's what I get for you for this Uranus and Taurus change. I hope it gives you an idea of what this means for you. It also means that we're going to be less self-obsessed with, which is nice, and we're all going to be a little bit more productive. So fewer selfies, please, and more actual work being delivered. And I don't think that's a bad thing. And also people getting more in touch with their bodies, people being more creative, people being more considerate, and also thinking about how they can use their gifts and talents to be of service to other people, which is a fabulous thought. So I hope that gives you some ideas. If you would like a private reading with me, please get in touch with me via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. In my readings, I use astrology, tarot, and numerology. I draw up your birth chart by using your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, I can use sunrise, or I can rectify your chart by taking a couple of life events, 10, and I can work out your time of birth. That then gives me a blueprint of your soul. It shows me where you've been in past lifetimes, what you've come into this lifetime for, and what you're trying to achieve, so what your life purpose is, vocationally what your aptitudes are, what's destined for you in the areas of finance and living situation, love, romance, children, health, family, and also what's coming up in each one of those areas of your life. So when am I going to meet the right person? When are my finances going to look up? When will I be able to buy my first house? Where's the best place for me to live? All of those kind of questions I can answer. So if you would like a reading, please visit gregoryscott.com. Remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you soon.